Waffle House.
Good story. Ever started.
I don't know what he said, but he said that before at a Waffle House. Do you know how much of a part of our culture as Americans Waffle House is? I think it's one of the most important institutions that this country even has. I do. It's wonderful. You know how you go to your grandma's house when you go to grandma's and they're like, hey, hon, hey, babe, hey, darling, hey, shug. They love you. They might not look like they do, but they do love you. When you go to Waffle House, you give those people that work at Waffle House the worst version of you can give them. Think about it. You get there before you've had your coffee or after you had 18 shots of Jaeger. It's the worst version. You never give them the good you. You never give a fresh, crisp thing like that because you don't feel like going to Waffle House when you're fresh and crisp. You feel like going to Waffle House when you're fucked up and you need some loving. That's when you go to Waffle House. People make fun of Waffle House employees, but think about it. You guys, there's got to be people that are managers in here, and you manage people. Think about the logistics, the shit they got to take care of, the management skills of a Waffle House person. They got to deal with money and drunks and food and spills and fire and shit. And of all the places that should have a bouncer, they don't need no fucking bouncer at the Waffle House, do they?
Yeah, I should.
Like I said, if we all went to Waffle House right now, they'd make that guy feel great. They wouldn't make fun of him. They'd be like, come on in, buddy, sit down. No, honey, I know what he wants, baby. He needs some coffee and a chicken melt sandwich. That's what he usually gets on Fridays. I think Waffle House employees are one of the most capable people ever. I mean, they really are. I mean, think about this, man. I got a lifeboat theory, okay? I think if you put 10 people from any demographic in a lifeboat, shoved them out to sea with nothing, one person will emerge as a leader. One person will help navigate. One will help find food. One will comfort others. One will shit their pants like a baby deer. One will steal your last bit of food while they're watching you starve. And one you should just bash in the head with a fucking canoe paddle because they're going to fuck it up for the rest of us. Every person in every room in the world is one of those people. And I think if you took 10 Waffle House employees, they would outwit, outsmart, and adapt SEAL Team 6. Those motherfuckers. You know they'd be able to make fire because they all smoke. Right? Right? They make sails out of their paper hats. They get an octopus and scatter, cover and smother it, you know. They fucking tear this shit. They figure some shit out. I made some shade out of your jeans. Did you like it? So all this leads up to a story, and the reason why I had that story is because it wasn't until the story I'm about to tell you made me think about all those years on the road, stopping at this great little safe oasis, which is Waffle House, which was, when I was on the road, would heal me. Think about it. You always feel better when you leave than when you came in, right? So my sister Jewel, we live next door to each other, and she's the greatest human, Jewel. She's an angel sent from heaven, and nobody on this planet will ever love me more than my sister. So a few years ago, we had some really huge deaths in our family, and we were sitting over at her house at 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday night, and we're sitting there, and we're just like, fuck, and we're talking about people we lost, people we loved, you know? And all of a sudden, she just goes, oh, fuck, Waffle House. We need Waffle House. And I'm like, fuck yeah, we need Waffle House. Right there, bam, yes, let's go to Waffle House. So we jump in the car, we go to the one on Hurstburn Lane in 64. You know the one I'm talking about? Right. So we walk in there, and something strange happened with this story. When I walked in, there was no one in the building. Nobody. Not an employee. Not a customer. And the first thing I thought with my little shitty brain was, I could get a really cool coffee maker right now. Right? Or at least a really cool mug. So we go sit down at the counter. Another 5 minutes goes by. There's nobody in the place. And then nothing's ever happened to me like this before. Next thing you know, that big metal door in the back of the Waffle House slams. This girl comes out just like she's supposed to. Hey, baby, you want coffee? Mm-hmm. So we're sitting there with our coffee, and I'm like still looking around, like what the hell's going on? And I look up and I go, hey, lady, I go, what the hell's going on here? Did somebody rob you or something? She goes, they tried to. You feel a story coming on? By the way, this is a true story. I'm not making any of this shit up. This is true. I said, what happened? She goes, well, these two gentlemen came in. I'm like, no, look, I'm the only motherfucker in the place. Just tell me what the fuck really happened. She goes, these two white motherfuckers came in here in hoodies. Guy walks in and says, give me all the cash out of the cash register. I got a gun. I said, what'd you say? She said, I said, let me see the gun. Who says, let me see the gun? Look at his big ass. He wouldn't say, let me see the gun. He'd kill everybody in here with his bare hands. Nobody says, let me see the gun. I said, so what happened? She goes, he opens up his jacket. He got a BB gun with a duct tape holster. No, that's the best part. She goes, and ain't nobody getting a drop on me with a duct tape holster because they sticky. I was losing my motherfucker. I was losing my mind. Me and my sister sitting there like. I said, so what'd you say next? She goes, I said, motherfucker, you think it's the first time I ever been shot in the titty with a BB gun? She didn't do this. She did this shit, which means business. Which begs the questions, ladies, how many times you got to get shot in the titty with a BB gun before you just don't care no more? It's all shot up and leathery, motherfucker. Shoot it. And this was the coolest thing. I said, what'd you say? She goes, all right, you got a BB gun. I got a hot pot of coffee. Draw, motherfucker. And after I throw it on you, I'm going to beat your ass with it. Now think about how important that is. After I throw it on you, I'm going to beat your ass with it. This ain't her first scrape. Think about that shit. Splash, bash, and now you got a safety handle with jagged shit on it. I mean, dude. I said, what happened next? She goes, they ran like a bitch. That's what happened. That's what the thing happened. Like, every time she did this, I was listening like, okay. So, as the night went on, not one single person came into that Waffle House. Not one. We sat there, me and my favorite person in the whole world, like we were in a little bubble all by ourselves. And we ate every fucking thing. I tipped her $100. And I'm sitting there, we're finishing up, man. I paid my tab and everything. And I was like, I had to ask her, I was like, hey, Lamento. I didn't name her. Hold up. I said, Lamento. First of all, you are the craziest white girl I have ever met in my entire life. I just can't believe somebody really tried to rob a Waffle House with a BB gun. She said, that ain't nothing. She said, these motherfuckers came in here 6 months ago, tried to rob this place with a super soaker. I said, what'd you say to him? She said, I said, draw, motherfucker. Hey, I got to get out of here, man. You guys are so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys.